He's down to earth, t-shirt and jeans as he keeps it real. He isn't posh, he's a straight shooter and doesn't subscribe to any hogwash. Many of you will pop when you see him and most definitely go, oh gosh. So run to your devices now and take in this moment. You may have to throw your clothes in the wash as I welcome a multifaceted, diverse, and positive human being. Last name Henderson, first name Josh. Welcome, my friend.
Oh my goodness. You know what? Golly, that'll make anybody feel good, I'll tell you that. You are incredible, and thank you so much for that. You are too kind, and man, I love you, buddy.
But at the end of the day, fun tournament. Would you like to win it all, my friend?
Oh yeah. I mean, look, I'm a competitor. It's in my nature to want to win. So at the end of the day, you know, trip to Greece and the money, that's incredible. But what we're doing is awesome, and I'm getting to hang out with you and some other legends. So look, if I get to play ball with a bunch of legends and with yourself, Avi, I'll do it every day of the week, and I cannot wait to cheers you in Greece.
I love that. I concur, my friend. He got the Supersonics to 2 straight NBA final appearances and the title in 1979. Do you know who watched tapes of these teams and enjoyed their games? Yours truly, Avi Klein. He transformed the Cleveland Cavaliers into a bona fide contender. He had the respect and admiration of his players, who absorbed and applied his ideologies, a thing of splendor. He became the all-time winningest coach in 1995 while coaching the Hawks and was inducted to the Basketball Hall of Fame 4 times. I can offer up a bevy of credentials, guys and gals, but let's put a finish to these rhymes. Can we count the accolades in this man's resume? Probably not. There are too many. Who is he assisted off the court? The number is staggering, guys and gals, so put your hands together for a humble, down-to-earth, kind human being. Last name Wilkens, first name Lenny. Welcome, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you.
You deserve every bit of it. It gives me great joy to honor you, my friend, because here you are, a point guard in life. And I really want to say this because a lot of times people think of a point guard as the quarterback on the basketball court, but you're a quarterback in life. You've assisted so many. You put the needs of the less fortunate before your very own, and you provide people the microphone in life so that they can have a voice. And that's very inspiring, Lenny. I want you to know that.
Well, it's so important. I mean, family, there's nothing like family. That's the best and the greatest of everything. And so when we understand that and we know how valuable family is, then we become incredible human beings.
We don't hang our hats on our resumes, but gosh almighty, to reach the heights that you have requires so much work and consistency, and I respect that wholeheartedly. 155 luminaries, Hall of Famers, and award winners in this very positive celebrity tournament. Would you like to win it all, my friend?
I definitely would. Why
that.
not? Listen, yeah, let's make each other's lives better. You know,
I love that.
Why not?
His positive energy always lights up the room, as his aura is never grim. Let's not forget the love that he and his wife has for animals. That is something that speaks to us, her, and him. Through discipline, passion, consistency, and joy, he's built his foundation brick by brick. He's here, guys and gals, to give us himself, which we appreciate. So let's bring him out quick. So put your hands together for warm, humble, talented, multifaceted, versatile, substance over style human being. Last name Roberts, first name Eric. Welcome, my friend.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You see the animals? There's an animal.
Yes. Who is that?
That's Stevie.
This is Stevie Nicks.
This one here is Wonder.
Stevie Nicks. Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder. Stevie and Wonder.
Hence their names.
You never really seem to get bored by this amazing craft in this industry that you've been in for such a long time. You still have the same amount of passion that you had when you first started, I'm assuming. Am I right? You really love this craft of storytelling.
I just have so much fun, and I get to do it every day, pretty much. And how can I say no when they keep calling?
We're having a great grand old time. Would it be a cool thing to win the whole thing? You know, of course, we talk 15 grand, 5-day, 5-night trip to Greece. Would you like to win the entire celebrity tournament, my friend?
I have to be honest with you. I'm not in it to win it. I'm in it for the journey.
I love it, the journey. I call this topic 1899 because in this scenario, you've all been granted permission to travel back to a specific date and time in the United States. That date and time would be December 31st, 1899. You've been granted a wish. The ability to reshape the 20th century through a film. Now, this film is going to be released in the year 1900. In an astonishing turn of events, every major war and historic atrocity will cease to come to fruition. You'll travel to each decade of the 20th century, each decade, and play this film to different audiences. And its lasting effect will bring forth harmony, understanding, and peace. My questions for you, and please give us the whys if you can, as far as why you made the selections and choices you made, is A, what would you title this film and why? Who would you choose to direct this film and why? And C, which historical figure would you choose to accompany you on a 20th century trip through time and why?
Well, I'll tell you, the guy that I'm most impressed with in history, Winston Churchill. That's who I would love to go back in time with. He was precocious, he was smart, he knew how to touch people's lives, he related to people, he made the world safer, better place to be in. And when you think about him, Winston Churchill, you know, unreal, unbelievable human being. And I would love to have spent time with him to see how he had affected people, how he communicated with people. You know, there's nothing like family, nothing like experiences and places to have been if you have had the opportunity to go with him.
Now, if you were to title this film, Lenny, what title would you?
Well, I'm still there, but
Sure.
the title, Peace and Love.
Sure.
And those are the two most powerful words.
You selected Winston Churchill, yeah. As your historical figure to accompany you on a trip throughout the 20th century. A lot of people don't know that he was half American as well, Winston Churchill.
Right.
That's such a little known fact about Winston, but he was such an accomplished everything, fill in the blank, Lenny, as you know, accomplished artist.
Yes.
I mean, he found painting as a therapeutic hobby as well.
Oh, he was incredible.
When that coward Adolf Hitler had nothing but 15-year-olds and senior citizens guarding his bunker, because that's all that was left, essentially, in 45, in the early spring, Winston Churchill predicted it a year before. He says, when this man has nothing left around him, he'll still find a way to kill those that are considered human.
That's right.
And what a quote! Like, what a quote! Oh my gosh, in 44 he said this. So the first known use of OMG was in a letter to Winston Churchill, OMG.
Wow.
The first Baron Fisher sent a letter to Winston Churchill in 1973, and Fisher wrote, "I hear that the new order of knighthood is on the tapis. OMG, shower it in admiralty." So that was the first use of OMG was to Winston Churchill. Again, we're traveling back in time. The date's December 31st, 1899. You're traveling through each decade of the 20th century. The objective of this film is to bring together world peace in mind. Who would you choose to direct this film and why? And which historical figure would you choose to accompany you on this trip through time and why? Whenever you're ready, Eric Roberts, the floor is yours, good sir.
Wow, what a heavy situation you put me in. The title of this film would be either Beyond Imagine or Conceivable or See the Day, as in Never See the Day. If Beyond Imagine, it's because of John Lennon's song Imagine, which is the roadmap to achieve exactly the opposite of what we're living now. Since it is a film, not a song, it would take Imagine one step further. If it's conceivable, it would be because of the depleting phrase we use so often. Oh, it's inconceivable. No, it's conceivable. It's possible. It's doable.
Who would you choose to direct this film?
Well, my wife.
Wow.
I would want to direct it, but I would call her and say help, because she's so poignantly aware of subtleties, innuendos, little tricks that don't have to shove it down your throat. And I'm kind of a shove it down your throat.
As far as the historical figure that you would have to accompany you on this journey, who would that be, Eric?
Well, it would have to be either Carl Sagan, Phil Donahue,
sure,
or Jackie Kennedy.
I have to ask you about Phil Donahue. That's an interesting choice. And gosh almighty, I remember Phil, of course, before the Oprahs and before anybody else, of course. What would make you go Phil Donahue?
Well, I liked his marriage, and I liked how I trusted him. He had such a strong sense of the guy you could trust. And it was real, I think. I don't think it was a persona.
Eric overcame so much. You had a stuttering problem when you were young. I think that that's probably one of the most remarkable things I've heard, that you overcame a stuttering problem and excelled in an industry where you have to communicate.
Oh, that's so kind of you. It would not have been a problem, except kids are cruel. And when I was a kid, I was, and everybody would laugh. And so I became the kid who couldn't talk. And so I was the joke. And but it was only because kids are cruel. If kids weren't cruel, it would never have been a problem.
Lenny and Josh, was there anything that you two had to overcome that seemed, dare I use the word impossible? I don't like to use that word. But was there anything that seemed almost impossible to overcome when you were both younger?
Go ahead, Lenny.
I didn't have to overcome anything, but my dad died when I was 5.
Oh, that's rough.
So my mom had to be mom. She had to be boss. She had to be in charge of everything. And she made us understand that we had to be accountable for who we were. And so I never got over that. And as a youngster growing up, I was very proud of her, what she did, what she accomplished, and how she brought us up. Hey, it wasn't easy in Bed-Stuy neighborhood where I was, but I learned that I could make a difference.
Well, I can relate to what Lenny was talking about, and I appreciate that. Thank you for telling us, sharing that with us. But I can relate. Never had a father. Was raised by a single mother, and had 2 younger sisters that I pretty much helped raise, and so I grew up pretty quick. And we were in a pretty dangerous neighborhood, and so there was a lot of things that are scary to, I think, anyone, much less a child. But I grew up quick and realized things that I wanted to be and things that I didn't want to be. And I searched and for different role models and people that I could count on. And my mother remarried, and a man came into my life, my grandfather. His name was Dr. Warren Holtzman. He was an incredible human being, and he really showed me that no matter, everyone's handed different cards in life, but it just depends on how you view everything. You can look at everything and be a victim, or you can look at everything and understand exactly what you want and what you want to go for and what you don't want.
And again, Josh, the same question for you. We're talking about 1899 into the 20th century. Film's objective is to bring people together with world peace in mind. What would you title this film and why? Who would you choose to direct this film and why? And which historical figure would you choose to accompany you on this trip through time and why? Whenever you're ready, the floor is yours, good sir.
Thank you so much. Eric and Lenny, you guys gave great answers, so tough act to follow, but mine's a little left field. I hope people out there can enjoy this one, but the film is titled The Keanu Effect. Back in 1899, I don't think anyone knew who Keanu Reeves was, but he's a very interesting human being, and I think that he has achieved some things when it comes to whether it's his career or his films that have crossed generations, and he's been around a long time and made some incredible pieces of art. But no matter what kind of success or fame or money, nothing's changed him, and he has not only been an absolute humble human being, I think, through everything that he's achieved, but it's not about that. It's about the person that he is. He's an actor, but that's what he does. It's not who he is. So I think that someone that can achieve these things, that, trust me, fame and money and all these things can really affect someone. Human beings, I think sometimes we're not conditioned to maybe achieve some of these things when it comes to like the entertainment industry, but yet he has stayed humble, and he's a very unique and interesting human being. He gives part of his paycheck back to the movie so that other actors can be a part of it, that his crew can be there, that we can hire more people. But all that said and done, he does a lot for cancer research and for children's hospitals. And I just think he's a very unique being. Who would I bring back? I don't know. Maybe Keanu, because that would make sense. And who I would direct, I'm a big fan of Robert Zemeckis. He's a great storyteller. One of my favorite films is Forrest Gump, and I think that movie also is timeless. And really just tells a story of one human being who goes through so many trials and tribulations, and at the end of the day is a beautiful soul.
And then again, if you think about how so many people talk about their breaks, maybe it's not so much a break. Maybe nothing was really broke to begin with. It's the ability to drive that car, as roughed up as it is, so it could take you from point A to point B in your career, right? Everybody wants the Maserati, but they're not willing to drive the 71 Dodge.
I'm extraordinarily lucky. There's so many people that have talent, that have drive, that have everything it takes, and yet they haven't had a chance. And I got chance after chance after chance. I took advantage of them. I got very lucky in that I could, but it was the chances I was given. And so when you get depressed, just keep driving, because you're going to get that chance.
You want to talk about respect, Eric and Josh? Red Auerbach was quoted as saying, I never met Red, but I read a lot, and I read about Red, and when Red in his book mentioned that there was only one person that didn't upset me to see light up a cigar, and that was Lenny Wilkens, when he broke Red Auerbach's record. And Lenny did that to honor Mr. Arnold Red Auerbach, right, Lenny?
That's correct. I wanted to honor him, and he was said that he was happy it was me. So it was a mutual thing, and I thought Red was one of the best.
Absolutely. My dad passed away last November, and it went from, he had everything, CHF, COPD, he had the works, but they're telling him, we're going to give you a new pacemaker, and then we'll monitor you, and if everything goes well, you can get discharged in 5 days. It went from that to getting a phone call from my brother saying they just said Dad has 2 days to live, and he's in the hospital already. So wow. I go down there to visit my dad and forget everything, of course. It's my father, and it's kind of why I moved to New Jersey. I'm not in Santa Monica anymore because I want to take care of my dad. So I'm visiting him in the hospital, and he's noticing that everyone's very glum, of course. He's told he has another day left. So I tell my dad, I said, I'm going to stay here. And he goes, no, you're going to do your show on Saturday. I said, no, I'm not. He said, yes, you are, because I don't have Wi-Fi or internet. I've never seen you. I've never seen you do your thing. So this was the show that Tim Hardaway Sr. was on.
Wow.
He said to me, your mom right next to me has Wi-Fi on her phone. Go to the show so I can finally watch it. And I'm struggling, like, I don't know, like a Rubik's Cube. What do I do? How do I figure this thing out? I want to be with my dad. Finally, he says, I insist. Don't make me waste my words for nothing. Go and do the show so I can watch it. And as I'm about to leave the room, he realizes everyone's tearing and everyone's bawling and there's so much emotion in the room. He summons me with his big old fingers like this and says, I forgot one thing. And I'm thinking, what kind of sage advice is he going to give me now? And he does this purposely to make us laugh. He goes, I forgot. It's very important that you remember this. I go, what, Dad? He goes, give me some of that water on that table. So he read the room. And it was like cool to know that the last thing I remember about my dad is the power to make people laugh. Let's find out right now who would narrate Lenny's life story.
Together in so many ways, our language, our music, our
It's
cultural
coming.
patterns, our material prosperity.
They might be seeing it.
In a real sense, a nonviolent philosophy comes along and says that the end is pre-existent in the means. The means represent the ideal in the making and the end in process. Arguing that love is the supreme unifying force of life. Meet this challenge and be a part of that great creative movement that will seek to bring about change and transform those dark yesterdays of man's inhumanity to man into bright tomorrows of justice and peace and goodwill. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
You know, life becomes better when we share knowledge.
From me to you, Lenny, you deserve every bit of that, my friend. That would be
Thank you so much.
That was so moving. Wow.
Yeah.
Eric and Josh. Again, Lenny won't bring this up because he's humble, but an amazing statue, well deserved. I saw Spencer Haywood in that shot as well. Spencer's a dear friend of mine, and it was great to see and hear stories in the last 4, 5, 6 months of NBA players gather around and tell Lenny Wilkens stories and how he made them better human beings. And you deserve to know that, my friend. You really do.
Thank you.
Lenny, I call topic number 2, gratitude comes in threes. What 3 words, Lenny, best describe what you are most grateful for in life? What 3 words best describe what you are most grateful for in life and why? Whenever you're ready, my friend, the floor is yours.
Well, I would say the 3 words in life for me: family, because there's nothing greater than family. They're the best of everything. Experiences that you've had, and because that's something you savor, that you've been able to do all over the world, and places that you've been. Those places make you a better human being. So for me, family, experience, places, that's mine.
Wow, I love that. It's such a joy to hear you use the word family and mention the word family, because as Lenny, as you know, the family that we have, that we were raised with, you know, people that are united by blood, that's amazing. And then you get older and you realize, wow, the circle can actually expand a bit. There could be other people that become part of our family, right?
Exactly.
My 3 words are wife, grandkids, and opportunity. By opportunity, I mean work. Simple as that, work. And and I'm grateful to be grateful. I don't know how to say that, but your grandkids are the magic. You feel something far greater than in your own love you have inside yourself when you're with your children. The laughter alone is just precious gold, platinum magic.
Wow.
Lenny, you have grandkids?
I got 7 grandkids.
Wow, you got a house full.
Bless 'em.
So much fun.
6 girls, 1 boy.
Wow.
Lenny, is it hard to say no to your grandkids?
Yes, it is. They're active. They always want to be around. They want to talk. They want to do things. They're the love of my life.
Wow.
That's amazing. I think my 3 words are time, mercy, and faith, and I'll explain. I think time is clearly something that is such a gift you can't get back. I was speaking earlier about just how I get up now at 7 a.m. To me, it's a big deal because I was never a morning person, but you know, getting so much done by the middle of the day, and 1 p.m. comes around, you're like, okay, now what? It's just like really taking advantage of the time that we have on a daily basis. I think it's something that I'm very grateful for. Mercy, I'm so grateful for, because as human beings, we're flawed, and you know, everyone's going to mess up, and people are going to let you down on a daily basis. And the more mercy that you can have or that you receive, it just enriches your life, because holding on to things and not being able to forgive, it'll just kill you inside, and really just make your life not as full and as enjoyable. So mercy is a big thing for me, because we all need it and we all need to give it. And faith. My faith is a huge part of my life, but that can mean your faith in God. That can mean your faith in your spouse. That can mean your faith in your career, your hopes and dreams. So that, to me, faith is just something that you just want to hold on to it and know that no matter what you're going through, what you have or haven't achieved, as long as you keep faith, that fire will continue to burn, and you'll always have something to continue to strive and work for. So time, mercy, and faith are my 3 that I really, really, truly cherish.
Anything you guys want to tell each other? Anything you want to tell each other before we depart?
Yeah, it's been a pleasure knowing you almost. Mwah, mwah.
The same with you guys too, and thanks. You make us better. You make me better, and thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, well, what an honor it was for me, guys. It really, I've used the word humble a bunch of times, but I am humbled I respect you both so much. I've known you both since I was a small child. So to be here and get to share the floor and the stage with you guys has really been a blessing.
Over the 4 years that we've become friends here through this virtual landscape, I want you to know that the greatest honor that I'll have is be able to one day shake your hand and tell you how much you mean to me as a friend and someone who's really made me try to become a better person. I thank you for that.
Well, R.I.P, thank you. I can't thank you enough. It's very meaningful, and it's nice when people come in our lives and our lives become better. Thank you.
Amen to that. You have a great rest of the day, my friend.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Lenny Wilkens, class personified.